Well, let me tell you what happened to me. All right, let me tell you what went on in my life. Mr. Podcast Man. Podcast this. Let me tell you what went on in my life. I got 10 kids to feed. Stranger. Y'all's podcast is based on strangers. I done went and got all preacher. Y'all's podcast is based on strangers. Ha! Up in here, fanning myself.
What's up with Baptist church and people always fanning themselves?
Yeah, hey, how
They be
come
getting worked up?
How come the reverend at a Baptist church always got like a woman fanning them too? Like,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes I can't do it. I can't do it enough.
Yeah. Miss Debbie, get me some more breeze.
Some breeze.
She fanning him and blowing this.
Yeah, blowing all of this.
Can't even cool a dude down.
She probably like, oh, you sweating and dripping this all over the damn place? What's wrong with you?
Why is praising the Lord such hard work with you?
You're always perspiring all over the place.
You done went like to the 3 suits in a couple days.
Couple sermons.
Couple sermons.
Not even a day. You went to 3 suits in one day.
Reverend.
You had the white one on at 9 o'clock. You got the blue one on at, well, how long did they go? At 11 o'clock.
Like,
and
like hour.
yeah.
2.
I don't know how long they go.
Keep passing around that collection plate. My damn laundry bill is out of control. You see what praising the Lord will do to you? Get run through your suits. People in the front will be like, hey, man, brother, Lord got him.
That's why I wear a jumpsuit suit.
Yeah.
You ever seen a suit that's really a jumpsuit? Everything is just like polyester,
Like a
moisture wicking. Even the tie is polyester because, you know.
Like a Russian
Yeah, you don't want to sweat out.
jumpsuit.
Yeah. But it's not like a Russian jumpsuit.
Like a all Adidas
It's a suit.
drug dealing suit.
It looks like a suit.
Yeah. But it's like polyester.
It's like Adidas and like undercover.
Yeah, like Under Armour.
Yeah.
You can sweat through it.
Yeah.
You can play some basketball in
I
it.
would buy a suit that was made from wickering material.
Yeah.
You imagine that? And be a preacher?
Yeah, that might work out.
You never have to change the suits. I might have to go and trademark that.
Yeah. They should make them with some like vents in the armpits so you don't have to sweat like that.
Nah, it's you know, it's polyester. Isn't that what wickers the sweat? Polyester?
Yeah.
Now you just saying,
It's dry fit.
but you got lost in the sauce playing with your finger real quick.
I was looking at it, but it's like a dry fit material.
Yeah.
I'm listening, man.
Okay, well, listen.
Ooh, I don't know who got who. Shh. Damn close.
Boy, I gotta.
That's damn close right there. You trying to see if it worked or something?
Oh, it worked. I believe I got you.
Yeah, I don't know, bruh. I think I'm quick with the draw again.
Yeah,
Quick
boy.
draw McGraw. You shouldn't went to your hip so damn fast. You're signifying, if that's even a word.
Wade. Yeah, I
You're
know.
getting ready to shoot somebody.
I shouldn't have put the finger down. I should have just went at the ready position.
Hey, man, you got all kind of tummy action going right there.
Do I?
There you go.
It's to start petting
Looking all
myself.
sloppy.
I know, man. Soup sandwich over here, especially when we're not sitting in our chairs. So we got to sit awkward.
Yeah, we got to get our stuff back on the board. I don't like doing this.
That's going to be a minute. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Oh.
Yeah, you better like doing this.
Look here. So you remember that time you was in Washington State and I was coming to visit you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I learned a good thing about manspreading.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You want to hear about this?
Yeah.
I was going to tell you.
I think I remember something about it.
Yeah, but I didn't want to get too far into it. I say, you know what? This is worthy of a good podcast, Baba.
Let's hear it, boo-boo.
So I get to the airport. This is like, did I already tell the whole toothache? I think we already told that on the podcast. Right. So this is the first flight out of Columbus? Yeah, out of Columbus. Sitting there waiting, finally get on the plane, board the plane, get in my seat, right? I got the window seat. And I'm in the aisle just before you get off the plane and get on the plane. Pretty good seat. I don't know what I did, bruh, but I think I sat on one of my testicles. I didn't sit on it. That's crazy because you can't really sit on them, right?
I mean, you can if you're like 67 years old and sitting on your testicles.
Yeah. Hey, is anybody old out there that actually sits on their testicles? I don't know.
Yeah, don't even comment on that.
Yeah,
just shake your head.
Your head and the confidants.
Yeah, that's one person that shook his head.
Yeah,
right,
he's like, that's me.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I was I know I was situated wrong, but I was kind of like half in and half out of my underwear because, it's hard to find the no-ride underwear, right? So I think when I sat down, one of them boys was like, oh, we need to vent, get some air before we get all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I sat and I was like, uh-oh. And when I was going to adjust and get situated, a lady sat right down next to me, man.
No.
And I thought,
wait, are you by the window?
I'm by the window. And there's 2 more seats that could be filled next to me.
Why would you choose the window seat, bruh?
This is before I even knew about taking the aisle, man. I knew, but I was like, I want to look out the window.
You wasn't a plane professional yet.
No, I didn't get my novice plane degree yet.
Yeah.
But I learned really quick this day.
Yeah.
So right when I was getting ready to adjust, she sits down and she's older and like maybe her mid to late 50s, right? And I'm like, oh no. And she smelled good and she looks really conservative. Like she looks like,
don't put your leg on me.
Yeah, I'm a no bullshit woman. Yeah. So I'm not gonna take your shit, sir.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
And at this point, everybody's still getting on the plane. And I'm in such a bad position, it kind of hurts and it's uncomfortable enough to give you a pelvis cramp. Like, oh, we got to do something, right? So I'm like, oh, what do I do? So I'm like, do I put my hands in my pockets? Nah, she gonna know I'm definitely playing with myself. Then it's gonna look really suspicious.
Or you could put your hands in your pocket, but there's a way you could do it.
Right. But no.
I kind of want to invent a zipper.
No, that's too much movement.
Or like a Ziploc bag
No, that's
type
too
deal.
much. That's too much movement. Because look what you're doing right now.
Yeah, but I'm trying to undo the zipper.
Yeah, but look what you're doing right now. If I'm sitting next to you, I don't know you.
Well, maybe if I wasn't looking down and I was like, okay, let me try to get this zipper so I can get down and get to one of my balls.
You're doing too much.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh no, what am I going to do for this? I hope she doesn't think,
Is that too much movement, though?
It is. Look, see, you're doing too much.
Yeah, okay.
So anyways, I thought I was going, I said, well, let me go to the bathroom. Well, I was like, damn, I can't go to the bathroom because everybody's
still loading up. Yeah.
So at this point, I'm sweating. Like I'm to the point where I'm just like about to just dive in. And so I do small little things like wiggle in my seat and try to like adjust or open my legs more and, try to see if that will relieve some of the pressure.
The ball leg pressure.
Yeah.
Was it like your leg was on it or like? It was just stuck in the worst place ever.
So on a plane, right?
Yeah.
You don't want a man spread.
Right.
This is part of the bigger point, right?
Well, not if the lady sat next to you, you don't want to do it.
So my legs are tight in and I'm holding them together because I know I don't want my legs touching this lady.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know who she is. And, some people just don't want to be touched.
Right.
So I'm like, man, and I'm tall. You already know it's a bad situation.
Right.
So I'm holding my legs together and I'm trying not to touch her and I'm wiggling in my seat. And then another dude sits next to her, heavier set gentleman, and she already looks like a sardine in a sardine can. She's already looking like this. Like, can I get a little bit of room here? This is at least in my mind what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So everybody gets on and all this and they close the door and I'm like, oh, this is going to be my chance to go to the bathroom. But then I thought about it. I was like, no, because then I got to put like my ass in her face or turn around and put.
Oh, so you're not in first class at all.
The other package in her face. No, I'm flying like Comfort Plus. Okay. I'm just a step above the coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
At this point, my shit don't stink because it's better than coach. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, I can't do this. It's too late. They're getting ready to take off. This is not going to be good. So I don't know what gave it away, but this lady looked at me. She grabbed me by this arm here and she says, sir, I know what you're going through.
Wait. You sat by the
window. So the window's on my left side.
Oh, you on the other side. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And she's right here. Like,
oh, okay. Yeah.
So she grabs me by my arm and she goes, sir, I have a husband. I know what you're going through. It is okay. Do you need to adjust yourself? And I said, oh my God. Just like that.
Is this not that it matters per se.
Right.
Per se.
Right.
Is this a white woman?
It is a white woman.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what probably got my senses a little heightened. Right.
Yeah.
So she was like, sir, I know what you're going through. Mm-hmm. I have a husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you need to adjust yourself?
Right.
And I was like, what do you mean? Like I see you're struggling over there. Or do you want to adjust your pants or do you need to? I was like, yes, I do. And I didn't. And I said, ma'am, I really didn't know how to tell you, but I'm just in some awkward pain here. And I just really need to adjust myself. And she was like, you go right ahead. My husband does it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think she even said, yeah, his sack gets in the way all the time.
She said his sack?
His sack. And I was like,
so she knew it was your boss. Like she knew like, hey, you are trying to get in there and whiffle those things.
Yeah. Yeah. So she already, once she said sack, I knew then what type of woman she was.
Yeah. She cool as hell.
Oh, yeah. So then I was like, that is the nicest thing you could have said. And I said it just like that. I didn't want to just jump out and put the blackness on her.
Right.
I don't want to be like, yeah, damn, grandma, that was all right. You know what I mean? So I went in there and got in there and I adjusted the boys and I even kind of stood up a little bit. And she was like, do you feel better? And I was like, oh, man, I feel so much better. Yeah. So I sat back down and being mindful that I am, I didn't want to put the man spread on her.
Right.
So what do?
You was going to get comfortable real quick.
Right, because she already said sack.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, well, I definitely can't man spread. This will be impolite. But it's like it's a common thing for men to do. We can't help it. Our legs just naturally want to separate.
Right.
So what does my ass do?
What you do, man?
I try my best. So I'm holding my legs together like this. And that shit gets exhausting.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we in the air. All right, I got my legs together. It's not touching her. We made some small talk. So I started watching YouTube, right? I downloaded some videos. I was ready to go for this flight.
So this is a complete stranger, and already you found common ground with this person.
Yes, but I had all these pent up.
Beautiful.
You know.
Continue on.
She's not going to like me. She's going to think I'm doing this and that. Total opposite.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and I'm watching my videos, right? And I'm sitting there like this and I was like this at first, and I had like one hand here and here, keeping it tight and right.
Yeah.
And I'm watching YouTube. I must have got into one of the videos because as I was sitting there, I lost all concentration on my legs, and they started doing this shit at some point. I'm sure and it was just open, wide. And I looked at my video and I looked over and I saw my legs open and they was touching her leg. I didn't even know it. So my subconscious was just, it was gone.
Yeah, he was lost in the sauce,
baby. And I like glanced at her leg, trying not to make my head move. And I was like, oh, what did you do?
Yeah.
And how long have you been like this?
Is her leg asleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the meantime, she's just like, her legs are like, just closed naturally. Right. And I go, oh, ma'am, I'm sorry. She was like, no, grabs my leg. No. You put your leg right back where it is.
Yeah.
You're fine, sir.
How does she say it?
Just like that. She was like, sir, you're fine. Don't you worry about it. My husband man spreads too.
Yeah.
I get it. You guys have valuables down there.
Yeah.
Us women, we don't. We can hold this position.
Yeah.
And I just thought, this is the nicest lady in the world. She is so understanding. She knows the whole situation.
Right.
Right. So I'm like, this is going to be a great flight.
It would have been crazy if she said, you put your leg back there.
Yeah, like if she did something like,
go on and put your leg back there.
You put that big old black leg back there. You brace it right up against me, sir. Yeah, I'll be like, yo. Yeah. But then, so I guess
I've been doing squats. I can take it.
I can take it.
Yeah.
So the guy sitting next to her, he's a little bigger. All right. Remember, this dude is plus size, right? I'm not judging, but I'm just saying.
He plus size.
Right.
That's not a judge. That's just a stating the facts.
Yeah. So he thought, oh, this lady is cool.
Yeah.
Let me man spread.
The double whammy.
The weight of his leg must have been too much.
Oh.
Because she looked at him and said, sir, would you mind not resting your leg on mine?
Oh.
Yeah. And he said, oh, ma'am, I'm sorry.
Also, he thought the card was like for everybody.
He thought he had a free pass.
Damn.
But he did have a bigger leg than mine. It looked like it could do some damage. And it was cutting some circulation off on her.
Right.
So he moved his leg promptly and was like, ma'am, I'm totally sorry. He didn't say anything like, well, you got that guy's leg on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he left it alone, and at that,
right.
I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
But then I sat there and I thought about it, and I was like, well, wait a minute. Well, why is she letting me rest my leg on her?
Right.
I didn't want to look too far into it. So
it's better you don't.
Yeah, so I just took the win as a win, and I was just like, we're going to get there, buddy.
How long was the flight?
It was, so it was the first leg. It was like a 45-minute flight.
Oh, okay. Luckily it was.
Right.
Yeah.
And I felt bad for the lady because she literally had no room.
Yeah.
Right. And then I was like, but what do you do?
Yeah.
You know, at times I would like take my leg off. But again, man, when you relax, you subconsciously forget about it.
Yeah.
That just, the moral of the story is there, Baba.
Go ahead, boo-boo.
Don't cast your stupid ass judgment on what you think other people may be thinking about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if some little old white lady was sitting next to me, I would have thought the same thing.
She wasn't no little old white lady.
Well, you know
what I mean?
You know,
she looked like she could hold her own in a knife fight.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like she'd been in a few bars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she wasn't this frail woman.
So she was weathered.
Yeah, she was seasoned.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Not unpleasant to the eye by any stretch of the imagination.
Just enough for you to know
that she could probably whoop your ass. Yeah.
She would pack your lunch for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to that point again, the guy on the outside aisle, when the plane stopped, he did a 1-up and got her bag for her.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just to say again, ma'am, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to double pack you there.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember when you got to Washington.
Yeah, I had that toothache.
Yeah, but you also had some clothes on I wasn't quite accustomed seeing you in.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you wearing? You remember that?
Yeah.
You had some tight spandex type.
They were Under Armour, what are they called? Slim fit.
Right.
Pants.
Yeah.
Man, because I know when
you hopped in the truck like a young whippersnapper too. I was like, what are you wearing? What's going on?
Yeah, when you fly, man, what I've learned is you need to be comfortable.
Yeah. I just learned this.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw you when you got on the plane when you went to go see your grandbaby.
Yeah,
man.
boy. Well, you texted me. You said, what's the first class looking like for you? Because you're nice and long. And I'm like, oh, first class is nice. Let me get you a picture of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, and I wore some pants. I think they were slightly tighter than what I'm accustomed to, but.
Yeah, but it was comfortable.
It was comfortable.
But you had an experience too for your flight.
Yeah, I don't like to fly, brother. I do not like to fly.
And stop. This dude don't fly.
I don't fly, y'all.
He's like
I don't fly well.
He's like B.A. Baracus from the 18.
I don't get on no plane, Hannibal.
You got to feed him the banana with the dope inside.
Yeah. Hey, and everybody likes the banana with the dope inside. But yeah, I didn't fly well. The wife thinks I took it like a champ.
Yeah, but you told me you did some crazy shit on that plane.
Well, look, man, first it was a whole dress code. I'm like, why are we dressing like this again? Because I just couldn't get my head around it.
Right.
And she was like, and pack light because, we're not checking anything in. We're only going to be there, a couple of days to see the grandbaby. And I'm like, okay. And so, man, we show up to the Fort Wayne airport and I'm nervous as all hell, bro.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the wife is just moving and grooving, doing her thing. Like she's an expert at this.
Airport life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that
I'm
airport
just
hustle.
Like, yeah. I'm just like, how you know where you're going so fast? And what's this? The one thing I do thank her for is this fast track, TSA fast track.
Right.
So you ain't got to take your shoes off and take your clothes off.
I need to
and
do
stuff.
that. Yeah. I need to get involved with something like that.
We didn't hit none of those. You know, we were, as soon as we got in, we got the tickets and we were sitting down, bypassed all of that stuff. Right. So at the Fort Wayne airport, you know, it's just like maybe I want to say 15 people.
Yeah.
At the terminal waiting.
Tiny ass airport.
I'm like, okay. And then I see the plane we're getting on. I'm like, well, this plane don't look very new. But I don't know what new planes look like anyways, you know? But I'm just like, man, like, why does this like just don't look like the plane we should be getting on going to Atlanta, you know? And so I'm sitting there, we waiting, and I'm doing my best to try to figure out how do I keep my mind busy and not think about this plane crashing.
Right.
So I pulled out my East Beast, my synth.
Right.
And it's a semi-modular synth.
Yeah.
You know, you could push the buttons.
Show them what it looked like, man. It's right there. Show them what it looked like. To me, it looks like this dude just brought on some sort of damn explosive device.
So, when you find somewhere you can actually plug this thing up.
That's another thing in the airport. You got to make sure you're next to some power sources.
Yes.
They like to hog that.
Hey, and some of them don't work, and they don't tell you that.
No, they don't tell you.
So you got buttons you can push, and you got wires and stuff you can patch in and play your music.
Yeah,
you
get
know,
your sound.
and get your sound and just, you know, define it and tune it.
Yeah.
And so I was doing that. That kept my mind at ease. But I think it was like 20 minutes before we boarded, I was like, well, let me just go ahead and put all this away. I didn't, you know, I was just, it was cutting it, but it wasn't cutting it. And then I was like, well, we got 20 minutes. I got all that put away because I didn't know how fast we had to do things, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, let me just go on YouTube here and just look at some videos. And then some plane videos came up, and it was planes crashing and you know what not to be afraid of.
See, there you go.
My bright ass clicks on the planes crashing for 30 minutes.
Of course you do.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
the best plane crash compilation 2023.
Right.
Yeah.
But
you crazy, man.
I figured if I watch enough of these, I would know what to do in certain situations to try and come out on top if there was a coming out on top in case my plane was going down. And this dude was a seat over, and I know he looking at it.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't even shy about the audio, bro. I had the audio
just blaring.
People screaming and
oh man, see
planes going down, and this dude looking at me like, and the wife, I think she already knew better not to sit next to my ass.
Yeah.
Because she was like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You know? And she
Why are you watching this?
She just sat like 100 rows over per se.
Man, you crazy.
It's like you did with yourself.
Yeah.
And this dude looking at me like, why this dude watching planes going down? And why you gotta have the volume up like that?
That's cool that you watch it, but I don't want to share the volume. You thought first class, you can just get in there and do your own thing, huh?
Bruh, I'm telling you, man, it was hard for me to get on there. And I was like, I think I better stop watching this.
Yeah, at what point do you think?
Yeah. I was like, okay, well, stop watching that. You know, and then we started boarding, and I'm looking around, bruh, and then it's a good thing you texted me because you was like, yo, like, how's the first class and this and that. And I was like, ooh, let me get a picture, show you my leg room.
Yeah, distract you a little bit.
You know?
Yeah.
And Marilyn looking at me, she's like, you okay? And I'm like, I mean, I don't look okay?
Yeah.
You know? I didn't say that, but I'm like, what, I don't look okay?
Yeah. Am I unwell right now?
And all these seasoned plane vets, do they know I don't look okay?
Yeah.
Like, is this, you know?
Oh.
And then so everything's getting adjusted. And, you know, the flight attendant was like, this is going to be a quick flight. And You know, I was just looking around, and then we got pushed back, and the plane pushes back, and I'm like, okay, I kind of remember this, you know. And then, boy, I even took video of the plane getting ready to take off, because I was like, well, I'm gonna document my own death, because this
man,
is
why are you going so far?
This is crazy.
Yeah,
you know,
the way you thinking is crazy.
Right, but there's a chance.
Right.
So I mean, we take off and we get to Atlanta fine. It started getting a little bumpy. I looked at the wife and I was like, yo. Well, she had her headphones on, so I'm like, well, she ain't looking at me, so
everything must be normal.
This is cool.
Yeah.
We get to Atlanta, and I swear she told me, she said, oh, it's only going to be like a 2-hour flight from Atlanta to California. And I go, oh, okay, I could do 2 hours.
Yeah.
Bro, we get on the plane, and the captain comes on, and he was like, yo, this is going to be a 4-hour and 20 minute. I said, what? We gonna be up here 4 hours and 20 minutes? I looked at her. I was like, you told me it was gonna be a 2-hour flight. And she was like, well, we going to California. I mean, don't you know how far that is? I said, how fast these planes go?
Yeah.
And she was like,
he was trying to do the math in your head.
So it was like 500 miles an hour. And I'm like, well, shit. 3, 4. I'm like, God, dog. And I was just like, I was trapped. I felt like, man, it was the worst feeling ever to have to sit there for 4 hours. Then I was like, well, what do we do for 4 hours sitting on this plane?
Yeah.
And it was like, it
Play
wasn't.
with your damn music box and watch a little bit of TV with your goofy ass.
I tried that, but the outlets don't work.
Yeah, you got first class and the outlets don't work?
I'm telling you, if y'all ever fly Delta and get on first class, you better hope that there's some kind of power.
I would be asking for a refund.
Yeah, but that's another thing. Like, how come planes lack power? Like, you know, like, y'all ain't supposed to be lacking anything. We in the air. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You know? And so, was it, yeah, I think it was going there. No. It was coming. Oh, so we got there just fine.
Right.
It got bumpy as hell.
Turbulence.
You know, my ass did a whole.
Say it with me. Turbulence.
Yeah, the bumpiness.
Yeah.
So my ass went right when that started to crack.
Simple-minded,
I looked
boy.
over and I was like, I even leaned over to see the other passengers, like, and they just sitting there chilling, laughing and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, this is normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, we get there, everything cool, man. I am dreading coming back.
Yeah.
And coming back is the long leg. It's Washington to Minneapolis, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, no. So as I was panicking, guess what I forget to do?
What?
Oh, wait, hang on.
Okay.
Okay, so we got to Atlanta. And so we're waiting for that California flight.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, well, the layover was 3 hours, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we got to sit and fester in this for 3 hours. So we stopped at Fridays, that restaurant, and we ate. We still had 2 hours. So I started grabbing the synth out.
Yeah.
We're right by our terminal. And I'm nervous as hell, but I'm doing this and I'm plugging in. But I got this little look about me.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Why are you doing that,
because
man?
I'm tactically.
Why you paranoid,
Because
man?
I'm tactically sitting at the airport.
Oh, so okay. I get
bruh,
it.
it's some unscrupulous characters in the airport, bruh.
Yeah.
Hey,
and obviously at this point in time, you look like you might be one of them over here playing with your gadget.
Nervous as hell doing that.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a lot of black people in the Atlanta airport.
Oh, I could have told you
a lot of employed black people in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't never seen so many employed black people anywhere in my life like that.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, y'all got responsibility.
Yeah.
I hope y'all took care of the plane I'm getting on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
One dude had his pants around his ass and some headphones, and I'm like, well, surely you are not working at all. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And you better not be getting under no plane, son. You know? So I'm doing this, and I'm looking around, and I'm still kind of like, you know, watching my bag. Like, why are you sitting next to me? Are you trying to dig in my bag?
Yeah.
You know, like tactically sitting at the airport.
Right.
And this dude, he was dressed nice, business class. And he's like, he sat and he looked at me. And, you know, I kind of had my head down, but like I said,
you was tactically watching.
Vigilant when someone's looking at me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, why are you looking at me?
Yeah.
With my head kind of down.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, if I bring my head up, he should turn away, right?
Yeah.
I bring my head up, and he looked at me he was like,
yeah, intensely looking at you.
And then he went with the head bob, and I was like, what's up?
Yeah.
And then he went, and I took my headphones off, and I said, what's up?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
And he said, what are you doing?
Right.
And I was like,
yo, what? Wait, like
I was like, what are you? Like,
yeah, what the hell are you doing?
I wonder how I look, because
yeah.
in my mind, it takes me a while to answer.
Yeah.
So I answered him in my mind, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Then I was like, playing music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just crazy as hell.
And he was like, you playing music?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm just playing music. And he was like, oh, that plays music? And I'm like, yeah, it's a semi-modular synth. You press buttons and you turn knobs and you can patch your stuff in.
Right.
And he was like, oh, okay. He's like, man, that's awesome. You could do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
it's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, okay. And I put my headphones back on, and I put my head back down, and I'm still watching this dude.
Yeah,
right?
You're supposed to be a calm and peaceful.
And then he looked at me.
Wait a minute. You're
I
supposed
know,
to be a calm and
bruh,
peaceful
we
dude.
in the airport with a bunch of people, and I'm telling you, everybody looks suspicious to me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And he's still looking at me, and then I take my headphones and I go, what's up? He didn't say nothing,
Yeah,
but I said, what's up? That's me in my own mind, like he said something. And he said, "Oh,
man, you crazy."
He said,
"You crazy."
He said,
man.
"Oh, nothing."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh."
What were you trying to get, like a reassurance that he wasn't talking to you?
No, but the wife heard this dude,
huh?
And he was like, so you. I mean, it kind of looks weird.
Yeah.
I was like, huh? He's like, yeah, like, it looks like a bomb. And I was
he
like,
just had to put it out there, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, sir, it looks like a bomb.
I was like, okay, yeah, I play bomb music.
Yeah.
But I assure you,
sir.
I mean, I didn't tell him like that,
yeah.
But this ain't no bomb.
Yeah.
It plays bomb music.
Yeah.
And he was invested in it.
Yeah.
And there was another guy sitting next to him, and they were both invested in it.
You should have said,
they sat there and watched me the whole time.
You should have said, wait, sir. Take your headphones off.
I should have.
And put it on his ears.
I should have, but he could have had the lice, ain't nobody got time for the lice.
There you go. You said he looked good in business.
Yeah, you look good, but people that look good, you don't really want to trust the people that look good.
What happened to you in this airport?
Yo,
you're not the same person,
Atlanta Airport is not for people who have
never flown
in a long time.
Right.
And who don't like to fly.
Right.
And everybody the energy was high.
Yeah.
It was like being in a gay bar.
Yeah.
The energy is high in a gay bar. Yeah. It's just so high, you just like, this is too much.
Yeah.
And people were just moving all over the place, bumping you in the shoulder. And I'm like, man, I'm like trying to figure out if somebody's trying to get in my backpack. And
it's the airport shuffle.
I got my shit on me, like I'm walking through there like this. And it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. We got on that plane. Got to Washington, everything was fine. The plane ride was bumpy, but on the plane trip back, I had a malfunction.
What?
Some technical difficulties.
What?
I was tripping out the whole time, panicking, and what do I forget to do?
What?
I forget to go to the bathroom.
Oh, see you.
And you told me about this.
You a greenhorn.
You told me.
You're super fresh.
Whatever you do.
Yeah. Don't forget to pee.
Yeah.
Man.
Don't get yourself in a situation where you got to pee on that airplane.
Oh, man.
And I'm going to tell you.
That's one of my cardinal rules.
So the wife do it. She just, almost every trip, she'd be like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. And she back in a flash.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, shit, this bathroom must be, nice and quaint.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I really got to go. We still got an hour and something left. I'm like, I was telling her, she was like, well, just go, it's fine. And I saw this big, hefty woman go in.
Right.
It took her a while to come back, but I was like, well, okay. Clearly, if she can go in, I could do this. Because I passed by that door, and I was like, that can't be very big.
Yeah.
I went in there, closed the door. It was awkward just going to the bathroom because the flight attendants were having a conversation, and I just kind of like walked between the conversation, and they were looking at me like, this is a big dude.
Yeah.
I bet they knew.
Right. There is no way in hell this big ass dude is gonna fit in this bathroom.
But they didn't want to tell me that.
Yeah.
And you know, I had these pants on.
Right.
And right when I got in there, I knew I fucked up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I said, well, how am I gonna do this?
Yeah.
So I awkwardly was trying to pull my junk out, and I was like, oh, well, this ain't gonna happen at all, because I'm like bending at the knees already, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? And I just looking around, I was like, oh no, I gotta pull my pants all the way down, and I gotta squat on this toilet.
Oh.
But I was not gonna do that.
Oh.
I had a better idea.
What was you gonna do?
I was tucking things where things shouldn't have been tucked.
Oh.
And hovered above that seat.
You know, women, they have mastered the hovering technique.
Oh, bruh. If I had a black light in there, that bathroom would have come to life.
Oh, no.
It would have been shit trying to grab on my clothes and tickle your taint.
Oh, no.
So I was like, I had to do some crazy. I know they was like, what's all this thudding and moving going on in there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I squat and I went. And it, you know, when you really got to go for a long time.
Right,
and it's just like, but it was the most uncomfortable pee, bro. I was like, oh, man. And then I had a fear that I was kind of missing the toilet and it was getting on my pants. Now, you seen these pants that I wore.
Yeah.
If they even
show a hint of moisture.
And my biggest fear was I pissed all down my leg and pants. And I was like, if I did this.
Yeah.
I can't come out of this bathroom.
Oh.
Or if I do come out of the bathroom,
jeez,
I'm going to pretend like I was washing my hands and water went everywhere. I'm just going to come out of here soaked.
Yeah.
You know, like, but I am not coming out of here with piss all down my leg.
Your face.
I'm like, y'all sink got a problem up in here.
Yeah.
You know, I already had a plan if that was the case.
Yeah.
And I was like, luckily, it all got in the toilet. And, you know, I was like, cool. And just trying to get my pants back on was an issue. And I swear I had sweat on my lips.
Oh man, it was a workout.
Oh my God.
You had to work out just to go pee.
I had to work out, bro. And I was like, I'm not washing my hands in here because it looked nasty, man. It just looked horrible in there. But I felt so relieved. I came out of there. Luckily, those attendants weren't still there doing the chatty box.
Right.
You know?
Because they was probably like, oh, who's going to go in there and go and get that dude?
Yeah, or who's going to clean that up? Because I know that didn't go well at all.
Yeah.
So I set my ass back down. I said, Meryl, is there any piss on the back of my pants? And she was like, no, you good. And I sat down and I was like, I wiped the sweat from my lips and my eyebrows, and I was like, I ain't never doing this again.
Yeah, I bet you learned a valuable lesson.
Boy, when these planes stop at terminals, you better have your ass up grabbing your bags lightning fast.
Oh,
I messed up once, and this old lady got up.
Yeah.
And as soon as the seatbelt sign came off, she was up, boom, getting her bag, and everybody was up. And now it's like, wow, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, this is like a game or something.
Like everybody's in on the game but you.
Yeah, the rush is on. And Marilyn's like, she had that look on her face like,
damn it,
like,
they beat me to it.
Yeah, like, I know better, you know? Hey, but I learned.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Okay, so next time, I need to have my ass up. And she don't like sitting by the window.
Right.
So the last 3 flights throughout the total journey, as soon as that, I had my shit off quietly before the seatbelt sign went off.
Uh-huh.
And then as soon as it went off, I was up.
Yeah.
I had that thing up. People was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, this dude is he's a vet.
Yeah, this dude know what he doing. I'm like, you beat me once.
Yeah.
Stand by.
Yeah.
You beat me twice.
Yeah, that's my fault.
That's my fault.
Yeah.
But beat me 3 times?
Yeah, I'm just an idiot.
You know?
Yeah.
Hey, I won from there on out.
God damn, man. You have a hell of a time flying, don't you?
It was an adventure.
Yeah. Yeah. Man spreading in airplanes.
Yeah, I don't ever care to fly again.
I mean, that was just that's just one time. Well, multiple times, but that's your first like little leg.
Yeah, if you drive,
it gets easier as you go. I'll tell you, it gets easier as you go. The only part that gets hard is like when your connecting flight is hung up and you got to run to meet your other one.
Yeah, we had to do that too.
Yeah.
And we thought we were late. Luckily, the plane was delayed because they said it was a technical issue. And that freaked me out too. And then one lady said, "Oh, I hope y'all get this fixed." And I'm like, "Well, who are you talking to?"
Yeah.
You know, because I want to make sure they get it fixed too.
Yeah.
Like, take all the delay you need.
Yeah,
I ain't in no rush.
I remember they said that one time too. Now, it was a technical delay, and then they had to de-ice the wings or whatever they do in the wintertime. They de-ice or whatever.
Right.
The wings.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. She was like, I hope y'all get it right. And I'm looking at her. I was like, who you talking to?
Yeah.
I think she was tripping out too. Like, she was like, everybody was looking concerned.
Yeah.
And then when we got on the plane, the stewardess was like, so they don't call it a bathroom. They call it a laboratory.
Right.
She said the laboratory in the rear does not work. Yeah. And the power won't turn on. I'm like, why is this plane having any issues?
Yeah.
Like, Delta has issues.
Yeah. Why is the laboratory not working without power, ma'am?
And then it was like, if you want to come in the first laboratory up front, then you need to open the door and then hold this and that'll keep the... I'm like, what? This is some shoddy shit.
Damn.
Yeah, that'll make anybody who afraid of flying want to fly more.
I bet you one of y'all got a hell of an airplane story. I damn near guarantee it.
Send it. Let me read it. Come on the show. I'll never fly again.
Yeah.
Unless I have to.
Hey, but with that said, and before we go, it's good to be back.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
it's been a minute.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
You ever distinguish a minute from a hot minute? It's a wide range, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go to a drive-through like In-N-Out in California. You tell yourself, oh, this is going to be a minute.
Yeah.
I'm going to order. It's going to be a minute.
Yeah.
But you go somewhere like, what's another one that holds you up for a long time? Something that holds you up.
A stoplight on Crenshaw and Slauson in California.
Yeah. Then you tell yourself, oh, shit, this is going to be a hot minute.
Yeah. This is going to be a dangerous minute.
A Las Vegas light.
Yeah.
That's a hot minute.
That is a hot minute.
Coming to a stoplight in Las Vegas is a hot minute.
Or you ain't seen your friend in a long time. I ain't seen you in a hot-ass minute.
In a hot-ass... No, see, Now that's extra time right there.
That is.
In a hot-ass minute, see, there's no range to this.
Yeah. Anyway. It's just all about how you say it.
Yeah, it is.
Hey,
stop right there.
Yeah.
You're going to save that.
Why am I going to save it?
Because we got an engagement we have to get to. And I was told to stop your ass before you come up with some other brainiac ideas.
Okay.
The editor told me.
Oh.
So shut up.
Is it about the monkeys?
Thanks for joining us on this podcast.
Can I at least talk about the monkey?
Thanks for joining us on this podcast.
What about the UFO whistleblower?
Like the channel.
But, I mean, what'd she tell you? This ain't fun.
Subscribe. The Patreon is up. Thank you to the people that are donating to the Patreon now, making this possible. We appreciate it.
This seems so short. I feel like we just got started.
Peace.
I guess. Peace.